Good day to everyone. In this video, let us see about the software testing principles. Software testing, it is a procedure for testing an application or the software to find the defects or the bugs. We test the software in order to find the defects so that it can be fixed before releasing it to the live environment. It enables us it gives us the confidence that the software or the product it is working properly. However, the testing process, it does not confirm that the software is completely free from defects. Testing helps greatly to reduce the number of the defects. Testing will give us the confidence that the software will not fail in the live environment. Now let us see one by one the principles of the software testing. First principle is testing shows the presence of defects. That means the testing it can show that the defects are present, but it cannot prove that there are no defects in the application. The primary purpose of doing the testing is to identify the number of unknown defects or the bugs with the help of various methods and various testing techniques. By doing the testing on any application or software, we can decrease the number of bugs, which does not mean that the application is defect free, because sometimes the software seems to be defect free while we are doing the testing. But at the time of deployment in the production, the end user encounters some of the bugs which may not be found in the testing process. Now let us see the next principle, that is early testing. We should try to identify the defects at the early stage only, so that it will reduce the cost of fixing the defects. That means the testing activity it should start at the early stage of SDLC, that is during the requirement analysis stage. If we can identify the defects in the early stage only, that is during the requirement analysis, we can fix those defects in the initial stage only, and we can save more cost and time when compared to fixing those defects in the later phase of the testing. Next principle is exhaustive testing is not possible. Here the exhaustive testing it is also called as complete testing, in which all the possible combination of scenarios and the inputs are tested to confirm that the software system it functions properly under every possible situation. It will be very hard to test all the modules and its features with all the combination of input data. It will be impossible to test everything here. We can do this type of testing for some of the important modules because the product timeliness will not permit us to perform such type of testing scenarios for all the modules here. Next principle is defect clustering. This principle or the concept it works on the Pareto principle, which means that whenever we are testing an application, 80% of the defects they are coming from the 20% of the features or the modules. The defects it will not be equally distributed among the application. If I get 4 defects in module 1, I may get 1 defect in another module or no defect in the another module. According to defect clustering, the defect will not be equally distributed. We may get maximum defects from few of the modules. Now let us see an example here in order to understand the defect clustering. Now let us assume that we have a software here and it consists of 9 modules. And in the first module, we get 1 defect when we test it. And in the second module, we get 8 defects while we do the testing. In the same way, in the module 3, we get 2 defects. And in the module 4, we get the 2 defects. And in the module 5, we get 1 defect. And in module 6, we get 10 defects. And in module 7, we get 3 defects. And in module 8, we get 1 defect. And in module 9, we get only 1 defect. Here you may see that here the defects are not equally distributed. That means we have not got the defects at the equal proportion. That is, we are not having the same number of defects in each module. They are distributed among the modules here. The majority of the defects we are getting in module 2 and module 6. This is what the defect clustering tells us. The defects they are not equally distributed, and majority of the defects they come from few of the modules. This is the example of the defect clustering. Next principle which we have here is pesticide paradox. Whenever we are writing the test cases, we will write the test cases by following the test case design techniques. The pesticide paradox principle says that if the same set of test cases are executed again and again over the period of time, then these set of test cases, they will not be capable enough to identify the new defects in the software. In order to overcome this, the pesticide paradox, it says that a set of test cases we need to regularly review and revise. If required, we need to add the new set of test cases to the existing test cases. Next principle is testing is context dependent. Testing approach, it varies from application to application and domain to domain. Hence the testing is context dependent. There is a definite way to test the commercial site as well as the e-commerce website, because every application it has got its own needs, features and functionality. To check this type of application, we will take the help of various kinds of testing, the different technique, the approaches and multiple methods. Therefore, the testing depends on the context of the application. Next principle is absence of error. If we test the software application by misunderstanding the requirement, and even though if we find the defect or if the developer fixes the defects, then it is of no use. Hence, we have to test the application by understanding the requirements clearly. Thank you for watching our video. Please do not forget to subscribe to our channel so that you do not miss any of our video or updates. Thank you.